I will make it short and simple. What are the clause that you need to review or pay attention to if you don't want to have a lawyer to review your contracts? So there are only 5 clauses that you really need to pay attention to. First is payment schedule. Whether the payment is too heavy upfront and is the payment is aligned with the construction progress. Those are very, very important that you need to pay attention to. Second is, delay clause. In general, in Cambodia, the sale purchase agreement or contracts, the developer always have a delay clause, or we call it grace period, which from my experience, it could be between 6 months to a year, where, the developer put that clause just in case, the construction delay because of they import the construction product from outside Cambodia or whatever it is. So that clause usually, if it is happen and a delay during that time, developer will pay you nothing. But if it is over that grace period, then we can talk. They should pay you on what amount of the penalty per day. That clause should be mentioned, all of those. Third is refund option. But this in general, the deposit or anything related to a deposit, it's non-refundable in here. It's also depend on case by case. Sometimes they can give you like, okay, if it is less than a week, you can have your money back, something like that. But yeah, you have to check that as well. Fourth is about ownership or title, what they mention when you should get your title. But at this point, what I can tell you is, in overall, from my experience, what I say is a title. Usually, the developer will start issue is when the construction of the building is complete 100%. Then the government will allow them to start split title into piece, meaning that the main title split into unit number in the building. So usually it takes right around 3 to 6 months after the building complete 100%. Then you have to find out too who pay what, in that part. Last but not least is how to say it's force majeure, or I can explain you in a way where it's something natural, natural disaster happen that delay the construction progress. This part could be tricky. Some developer, they might write it in a way very broad. They don't when it should be resumed back if those kind of situation happen. So you need to read it carefully and understand and ask questions.